The best things about Disney: rides, shopping, food. And today I'm going to be telling you about the top 13 quick service restaurants across all the parks and in Disney Springs. Hello and welcome to Life of Soph. I am Soph and I do travel vlogs, theme park vlogs, shopping hauls and more, so if you're interested make sure you press the subscribe button down below. So let's get straight into it. Number one, I'm starting off at Magic Kingdom and it's Casey's Corner. A lot of people think that Casey's Corner is kind of typical theme park food in that it's focused on hot dogs, but the food that I've had from there has always been amazing. My number one choice is the corn dog nuggets with the melted cheese, of course. You can't not have the melted cheese, but the loaded fries are amazing too. And I think I've tried a hot dog as well and I remember that being really good. Not only is the food great, but it's in a brilliant location. So it's right on the corner of Main Street closest to the castle. So you've got the perfect opportunity to sit outside looking at the castle, or if there are no tables, which to be honest is more likely, then you can always go and sit on the grass with your food and just enjoy the ambiance. Number two is Sleepy Hollow. So as you go over the bridge into Liberty Square, it's immediately on your right as if you were going to take the path up to Fantasyland. Sleepy Hollow is very much focused on kind of snacks, but the food that I've had here has always been great. They do chicken and waffles, they do funnel cakes, they do sweet waffles, they do lots of snack related food that is just so good. The line doesn't tend to be that long either because I feel like it's a bit of a hidden gem. So if you find yourself in Liberty Square, make sure you go to Sleepy Hollow. Number three is another snack location and it's Storybook Treats. This is in Fantasyland, not too far away from the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And the thing that Storybook Treats is most famous for is their special ice cream floats. So my favourite one is the Peter Pan float, which is lime flavoured, and I am an absolute sucker for anything lime flavoured. That was amazing, so I would definitely recommend that. While I was at Disney World last time, my sister had a blue float, which I think might have been Frozen themed. I think it was marshmallow flavoured, but she really enjoyed that as well. So make sure that you go to Storybook Treats and see what limited edition treats they have on your trip. Sticking with the ice cream theme, number four has to be Aloha Isle. Aloha Isle is in the Adventureland section of the park, just next to the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Aloha Isle is most famous for its pineapple Dole Whip. Now, I am also a sucker for pineapple, and so Dole Whip is like heaven in a pot for me. It's also amazing to cool you down on a hot day. The problem with Aloha Isle is that the lines get really long because everybody else thinks the same as me and that Dole Whips are amazing. My top tip here would be use mobile order because you can pop your order through, and obviously how long does it take to squeeze out ice cream? So you'll be waiting like 5 minutes, then go and pick it up and you got your ice cream and you didn't have to wait in a hot queue. Number five is in Epcot, and I actually only have one choice here, sorry Epcot, but it's Kringler Bakery in the Norway Pavilion. Kringler Bakery is another snack location, and as the name suggests, it's a bakery. When I went last time, I had a salted pecan cookie, which was really good. My sister had a Kringler, which obviously it's called Kringler Bakery, so that's kind of like the quintessential snack that people go for. That was really good as well. Kringler Bakery has a fresh bakery case, so think Main Street confectionery. It's that sort of thing. And they have such a lovely array of traditional Norwegian pastries, so it's definitely worth a visit. So that was the extent of my Epcot love. But now we're moving over to Hollywood Studios. And number six is Epic Eats. This is next to the Indiana Jones show, and basically it sells funnel cake. It might sell some other stuff, but I've basically put it on here just because of the funnel cake. It's not just a funnel cake, it's a funnel cake with ice cream and Oreos. And it's absolutely huge, and it tastes so good. So if you find yourself in Hollywood Studios, make sure you go to Epic Eats. Number seven is Woody's Lunchbox. Woody's Lunchbox is based in Toy Story Land in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and they serve a slightly different menu for breakfast and then for lunch and dinner. I've had both breakfast and lunch here, and I actually preferred lunch. For breakfast, they do something called a breakfast bowl, which is basically tots covered in scrambled eggs, gravy, and scallions / spring onions, I believe. I wasn't that fussed because it was very eggy and I don't like the flavour of egg, but if you like egg, then by all means go for it. They also do lunchbox tarts, which are basically Pop-Tarts. So if you're a fan of a Pop-Tart, give them a go. For me, I thought there was too much pastry around the edge and not enough filling, so that was a bit of a shame, but hopefully if they change that, breakfast will definitely be good. And for lunch, Totchos. Totchos is where it's at. You might guess from the name, it's basically potato tots or potato barrels covered in salsa and other nacho related sauces. So good. I would literally go there just for this. But I've also tried the beef brisket sandwich, which was really good, the French toast, which was really good, and various other bits and bobs as well. So when in Toy Story Land, eat as the toys do, go to Woody's Lunchbox. For number 8, we're going over to Animal Kingdom and we're going to Flame Tree Barbecue. Kind of explains it in the name, it's a barbecue based restaurant. My must get is the mac and cheese with pulled pork and onion rings on top. Oh, so good. My sister had the loaded fries when we went, which is a similar thing but fries instead of mac and cheese, and she really loved those as well. They do all kinds of barbecue type food, and they've got a really lovely outdoor seating area which is kind of away from everything else, and so people don't tend to go and just sit there. The only downside is that this kind of secluded seating area has lots of those birds that are trying to get your food, so just be on the lookout for them if you do go there to eat. Number 9 is in a similar vein, and this is the 8 Spoon Cafe, which is a tiny little kiosk, I guess, which is on the walkway towards the Asia Yak and Yeti type area. It's opposite another food truck, and 8 Spoon Cafe basically does mac and cheese again. He's sensing a theme here. So the two that I've tried are pulled pork mac and cheese, and also there was a shrimp one, which I'm not sure if they still do, but I surprised myself in that I preferred the shrimp one, but they were both amazing. I shared with my sister, so we each had half of each of them, and we were full, to be honest. They weren't that expensive, but they were really filling. Definitely make sure you stop by 8 Spoon Cafe. It's kind of hidden out of the way. It's basically there to attract people as they walk along the path, but if you make a purposeful effort to go there, you will not be disappointed. Number 10 will probably not be a surprise to you if you're a Disney fan, Satuli Canteen in the Pandora section of Animal Kingdom. Satuli Canteen has been hyped up, loved, complimented by everybody who goes there. Number one thing that everybody loves is the cheeseburger pods. These are bao bun type things with a filling that tastes exactly like a Big Mac. I can't tell you how much like a Big Mac they taste because I was really shocked. I'd heard that people said it tastes like a Big Mac and didn't really believe it until I actually tried it. It's so good. I've never tried any of the rice protein bowl things, but that's definitely on my list for when I go to Disney World in 2023. So I'm super excited about that. Satuli Canteen is also in a highly themed area, and they have indoor and outdoor seating, so you can choose whichever you prefer, which is amazing to have the choice. For number 11, I'm taking you over to Disney Springs and we're going to the Daily Poutine. This is just outside the world of Disney, and as you may have guessed, serves exclusively poutine. They have different types of poutine, so they have classic, I think they had an Italian, possibly a Mexican version, and a French version. I always go for the classic because you can't beat it, it's so good. And obviously, in its nature, it's very filling and it's very affordable as well. The only downside to this is that there isn't much, if any, outdoor seating, and because it's in kind of a central plaza near Uniqlo and the World of Disney, people tend to sit at the tables and chairs even if they don't have food, so finding somewhere to sit can sometimes be a bit of a problem. But if you're like me and you're not that fussy, then there's walls you can sit on, and so I've never struggled to actually find somewhere to sit and eat while we've been there. Something to add as well is I have got the watermelon slushy drink both times that I've been to the Daily Poutine, and it's amazing. So would definitely recommend that you get that as well. For number 12, I would say the Smokehouse at House of Blues. So many of you will know that there is a House of Blues location in Disney Springs, but what you may not know is that there's a quick service kiosk outside. So I don't know if they serve some of the same food, but it's really easy to get there and eat. It's not that popular. Again, I think it's a bit of a hidden gem. When my sister and I went to Disney World the first time, we went to the Smokehouse and we got the loaded nachos, and we got something else as well, but I can't remember what that was because the loaded nachos were literally the best nachos I've ever eaten in my whole life. And I'm a big fan of Mexican food. So if you get the chance, make sure you go to the Smokehouse and have the nachos. They're big enough to share, so you'll be absolutely fine. But please, if you love Mexican food like me, do not miss the nachos at the Smokehouse. And finally, a classic amongst Disney fans, Deluxe Burger, also at Disney Springs. This is exclusively burgers and chips, and it sits out over the springs, and the burgers are just so good. I am a bit biased because I'm a general burger fan, and the best burger that I've had there was called the Southern Burger. I don't think they serve it anymore, unfortunately, but I remember being shocked at just how amazing it was. As well as burgers, I believe they do milkshakes, and they also do limited edition offerings, so if you fancy a burger, go there. And that's my 13 must-visit quick service restaurants at Walt Disney World. Leave a comment and let me know, do you agree with my picks? Have I missed something out? I haven't been to Disney World since 2019, so it's been nearly 2 years. So if I've missed somewhere that you think is amazing, please tell me and I will try to go there on my next trip. I am a Disney World and general theme parks fan, and so if you want to see more content like this, then make sure you press the subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when it comes out. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you press the like button so I know to make more content like this in the future. If you'd like to see a similar sort of thing for table service restaurants, then let me know and I will tell you all about the table service restaurants that you absolutely cannot miss on your next Disney World vacation. And other than that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!